Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. And welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, just check out the description. All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. This could be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. Today we're time the zodiac sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Any placement in your chart, Leos. How you doing, Leo? How you doing, Leo? Okay, that's how Leo doing. Okay, you feeling like you everywhere. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. You're feeling like you're everywhere, Leo. You're feeling frustrated. Maybe there's something you're trying to make fit and it's time to acquit. There's something you're trying to, you're desiring for it to have some harmony or some kind of cohesiveness, but it is not fitting. This could be a person, place, or thing. This could be maybe you're not vibing, a connection with someone. Spirit is saying, don't be hard on yourself. You know, sometimes, not all the time, life does not turn out how we intend for it to. But what we can always do is control how we respond to situations that are not fulfilling to us. Trust and know that whatever this is you are dealing with, Leo, this is rejection for your protection. This is redirection. Maybe you're feeling rejected. You know, you're trying to make that fit, you know, trying to force the square into the circle, but maybe an inch or inch and a half, you know, darn it, it would have fit. But the measurement is off, you know. There's just not enough space, okay? All right. I'm also picking up on someone you could be that's new into your life, who has entered your life, and maybe you feel that they have baggage, okay? You're very interested in this person. You enjoy their company, but this person could come with a lot. This person could come with something or some challenges that you feel are challenges to you, things that you have not dealt with. Maybe this is someone who has children. You know, maybe you're used to dating people who don't have children, okay? This is a message, okay? You know, everyone's life is different. And so possibly, Leo, you're dating someone who is new. Maybe this person has several children, you know, and it's not that you don't like children. It's just you are not accustomed to dating people who have kids. I guess this is your first encounter of dating someone with children. And I'm picking up that you're trying to figure out, if you were to give this person a shot, male or female, where do you fit in? It's not that you dislike children or you have some kind of discrimination against them. It's just you're trying to figure out where do you fit in. And so I'm picking up, Leo, you're busy, you know, your career and your personal life keeps you pretty busy. You're interested in dating and finding that one. And this person that you are dating, they're fun and cool to be around, but guess what? They're busy too. So this is where the confusion comes in at, you know. You're digging them. There's interest there, okay? They're interested in you. You're interested in them. Maybe you've been out with this person maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm picking up, okay? More than once. And the dates have been going well, okay? You feel like you have a lot of like-minded energy, but you're like, okay, well, where do I fit in? Because I'm busy. I work long hours. Okay. I probably, you know, maybe you have two days off a week, and maybe they have 1 day a week available, you know, and plus they are a parent, you know, male or female. Okay. And so, and I'm also picking up this person could have more than one child, and this person co-parents, okay, with another parent. And so there's just a lot going on. And you're like, I want to give this a shot, but I've never dated anyone with children. Where do I fit in? And so it could be scary for you. And you're kind of, Leo, you're indecisive, okay? You may have Libra in your chart somewhere. There's a lot of indecisive back and forth energy. Should I go? Should I stay? Should I let them know I'm not interested? And you're very interested in this person. You're very attracted to them. And it's not just a physical thing, okay? This person makes you smile, makes you laugh, when they call your phone or they text you or they email you, you get very excited just at the thought and the idea that you know that they're reaching out to you. And so, Spirit is saying for you to be honest with yourself if you're not ready to compromise and be patient when it comes to dating anyone who is a parent, because the child does come first. Respectfully so, because if you were a parent and the shoe was on the other foot and you were dating, you would have to respect and understand that their child comes first. So if these children have not just visitation, but leisure activities like sports and different things, there will be times that maybe that person can't, be with you, in that way, especially if you're at the beginning stages. I'm not saying any good parent, but I'm trying to watch my wording, but usually, to each his own, a lot of parents, they're not going to bring you around their children at the very beginning. So, Spirit is saying be honest with yourself. If this is something you're not interested in, it's okay to let it go. But I'm feeling, Leo, you do not want to let this go. You do not want to surrender. It says surrender, Leo. You do not want to let this go. You're very attracted to him. And you're wondering if you let it go, have you let go the wrong person? Well, Spirit is saying this is up to you and you know what you want. And it looks like it's just time for you to be brave and give it a shot because your answer is on the other end of fear. Leo, your answer is on the other end of fear. You have to be willing to be patient, okay? And remember that the children do come first. Get on the same accord with this person. Is this someone who is actually co-parenting, or will they be someone who's going to date you and keep you a secret? You have to have this conversation, Leo, with this person and be open and honest. Express your concerns and see how they respond. If they're not responding or filling in the blanks that will make you comfortable, if you were to choose to stay with them, then that's your answer in itself as well. So be honest with yourself, but it looks like you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere, okay? All right. And so I see this relationship, having growth. It may be a little rocky at the beginning because this is a new adjustment. And this is nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed of. These are topics and conversations, that will help you grow and mature personally as well as I hold growth up here. These are conversations that need to be had, whether you're a male or a female, whether you're a baby mama, baby daddy, divorced, separated. These are, if you're dating someone with children and is new to you, or even if it's not new to you, you may have questions. You want to know what kind of relationship do you have? Are you really co-parenting, or do you pull up sometime and pull up sometime? These are conversations that adults need to have with each other instead of moving forward and just speculating and wondering if, and, becoming all anxious and nervous, and then eventually creating a bunch of toxicity within the connection because you're not having these conversations, And the best person to go to is your spouse, not anyone outside of your relationship. But it's okay. You feel like you're falling in love with this person. You feel a lot of movement when it comes to your heart, okay? And you don't want to let it go. It's okay, Leo. I can't help but laugh because you do not want, and they don't want to let you go. But you can't be afraid to have these conversations. You cannot. You have to speak up and let them know what's on your mind. Hey, I have some questions and some concerns. I'm digging you. Yes, I want to take this further, but I want to know what's what. Where do I stand? Where do I fit in? What will it look like if I choose to stay? You have to just ask the questions. You may not like the response, but that's part of adulting. That's part of being mature. That's part of growth. Okay. And that's also part of you surrendering, and receiving clarity. So even though you may not be comfortable doing something, Leo, Spirit is saying these are conversations that must be had. It's very important. Life is precious. Your time is precious. We all matter. Okay. But we have to be realistic, okay? Whenever you're dating someone with children, their children come first, and there will be some compromising. There will be some times, especially when you're at the beginning, you're going to have to be understanding. But any questions that you have regarding this person in their co-parenting situation, like are they still sleeping with their ex, you need to have that conversation and not beat around the bush about it, okay? And if you're going to choose to trust them and give it a shot, Spirit is saying do that. But if you have, they have given you no reason to show you that, they're not being honest with you and you are really interested, give it a try. But you have to have the conversation. Stop being afraid to have this conversation, Leo. Only you can receive the clarity. No one can read your mind. And you may be shocked. You're so worried about rejection and not receiving the answer that you want to hear, because I'm picking up again, you're falling in love with this person, um, that you're trying to like avoid the conversation, but you're going to be surprised. Spirit is saying you just may be surprised at the response that you get. This person may be willing to be very open with you. I mean, first of all, if you want to have a conversation, you've been dating for this long, things are going well. And if a person becomes upset because you ask them what is their relationship like with their ex, and they become upset, that's your answer that this is not a relationship you should move forward in, because there is no reason why anyone should become disrespectful or hostile over having an adult conversation. Okay, so that's your answer right there. If you're concerned about somebody getting mad or upset with you, well, that's your answer. They're not available. Okay. They want you to be the third wheel. They're not available. And so Spirit is saying whatever answer you receive, you have to be an adult and be a grown up and just respect it and let the chips fall where they may. Okay? Because you don't want to move forward and have resentment because you chose in anger, which will turn into toxicity, which is unhealthy for you and all involved, because you chose to avoid having this conversation. Okay? And maybe you need to give yourself some space and some time, Leo, to think. Maybe you need to give yourself some space and time. If you have been maybe talking to this person every day, hey, maybe you need to chop it up and think it through, but do not linger this person. Spirit is saying you are being cautioned not to play and be dishonest. You're either interested and you're going to move forward or you're not. But if you need space, take that time, make a decision, and get back to them. Give yourself and this person peace. If you're not interested, let them move on, and vice versa. Give yourself and this person peace, but it is okay. I'm picking up on someone, Leo, who's just afraid to ask certain questions, but I don't see why I wouldn't be. Leo, it's your life. Nobody wants you to be more happy than you. It's your life. No one can read your mind. And so why stay in a connection and feel like you're walking on eggshells and be nervous or paranoid or full of anxiety because you refuse to have a simple conversation? That tells you a lot. Whether, when you're, especially at the beginning, when you meet someone and their communication skills, their ability to listen and respond, and really paying attention of how they are responding to you, and do their words match their actions. It's not that hard to figure this out, but that's nothing to fear. Okay, so this concludes the read for the zodiac sign of Leo. Later.